Hello there, welcome to SibaLearningZone.com. Today we're talking about the animal kingdom classification, and then our main focus will be on the vertebrates. Now, in our previous lessons, we learned that animals are grouped under groups or are ordered into groups based on characteristics that they share, and this was a science developed by Carolus Linnaeus. We call this science the science of taxonomy. There are 7 taxonomic levels, starting from the kingdom. The kingdom is the largest. As you come down to the phylum, we have smaller groups that contain these organisms. We come down to class, order, family, genus, and then the species. The species are more alike than organisms in the same kingdom. For example, when we say the human species or the sapien species, we're talking about humans. Humans are more alike than a human being and then an ant, although we all belong to the same kingdom. But as we move down to the species level, we see that we humans are more alike as compared to ants. Now, there are 5 main kingdoms. These are the bacteria kingdom, protists, fungi, plants, and animals. Bees prefer finding poo bear alive. Okay, with this, let's move on to what we have for today. Now, animals are multicellular eukaryotes whose cells have no cell wall. Now, we normally see this in the sea. When we watch movies, we normally see these organisms there. Okay. Now, we normally see them, but we don't know if they are plants or animals. Now today I'm going to tell you that these sea anemones are animals. They are animals because their cells do not have cell wall. Okay, and then all organisms whose cells do not have cell walls that are eukaryotic and also multicellular are considered as animals. What let's take a few minutes and answer these questions. Why is a mushroom neither a plant nor an animal? What is a prokaryotic cell? Name the 5 main kingdoms Linnaeus grouped living things into. How is excretion different from ejection? Okay, a mushroom is neither a plant nor an animal because it has a cell wall, so it is not an animal. It does not have chloroplast, so it is not a plant. A prokaryotic cell is a cell that lacks a true nucleus. Pro means before, karyotic means nucleus. The 5 main kingdoms: bees, bacteria; protists, prefer; fungi, finding; poo bear, plants; animals, alive. Excretion is where we get rid of metabolic waste, and then ejection is where we get rid of undigested food, which we call feces. Animal kingdom contains many phyla. Some of them are, remember we have the kingdom, then we come to the phylum. Okay, so these are the groups under the animal kingdom. We have the chordates, which we call the vertebrates. We have the arthropods, the annelids, molluscs, then the nematodes. The earthworm is an example of an annelid. And then here we have an organism with a shell and then a soft body, which belongs to the phylum Moluscs. We will learn about these later on in our classes. Now, under the phylum Chordata, where vertebrates are, there are 5 main classes. We have the fishes, birds, amphibians, mammals, reptiles. Now, organisms belong to this phylum because they have a backbone. So these are the 5 main classes: fishes, birds, amphibians, mammals, reptiles. Fishes. What makes an organism a fish? Its body covering is in scales. They have movement. They have fins for steering and balancing. That is what they use for movement. So this tail here propels them forward, and then these are used for steering and balancing. They lay jelly-covered eggs in water. That is how they reproduce. Over here we see the eggs are jelly-like. They have eyes but no ears and have lateral line for detecting vibration. This is what we call the lateral line. This lateral line helps to detect vibration, so that when there is a change in the water in which it is found, it will know how to react. Fishes are cold-blooded. When we say an organism is cold-blooded, that means the organism does not maintain a constant body temperature. Its temperature is determined by the environment. Okay, so if humans had been cold-blooded, that would have meant that when the weather is hot, we become hot. When the weather is cold, we become cold. But since we are not cold-blooded, we maintain a constant body temperature. Examples are shark, tilapia, and then the herrings. Remember, we did not name whales and dolphins here. Now, amphibians have no protective body covering, only moist skin. So amphibians are usually found closer to water bodies. The reason is because when they get dehydrated, they just fall back into the water to rehydrate themselves. Now, they have four limbs that are webbed for swimming. Their legs have these webs in between them for swimming. They also lay jelly-covered eggs in water. So this organism also lives partially in water, so it lays jelly-covered eggs in water. They have ears and eyes. Remember, fishes do not have ears, but these amphibians have ears and eyes. They are cold-blooded and breathe through their lungs and skin. Now, they being able to breathe through their lungs ensures that they can live on land, and then being able to breathe on skin through the skin ensures that they can live in water. Examples are toad, frogs, and then salamander, just as we see here. We go to the reptiles. Reptiles have hard scales and dry skin. Look at the scales of this snake here. They look very, very hard. Most reptiles have four limbs apart from snakes. Snakes crawl on their bellies. Most reptiles have four limbs. They lay soft-shelled eggs on land. Remember, the previous two that we talked about lay jelly-covered eggs in water, but these reptiles lay soft-shelled eggs on land. They have eyes and ears. They are also cold-blooded with lungs for breathing. Since they cannot live in water, or they do not live mostly in water, they have lungs for breathing. So even if a snake is found in water, it breathes just close to the surface of the water. Examples are lizards, crocodiles, pythons. So when a crocodile is found in water, it normally has its nose just above the surface of the water for breathing. We also have the birds. This is a beautiful colored bird here. They have feathers for body and scales on legs. These are their protective coverings. The feathers on the whole body and then the scales on the legs. For their limbs, they have 2 wings and 2 legs. Their 4 limbs are specialized into wings. They lay hard-shelled eggs. Their sense organs, they have eyes and ears. They are warm-blooded. Remember, this is a new one. Cold-blooded means they cannot regulate their body temperature. Warm-blooded means they can. They can maintain a constant body temperature. So when the weather is cold, they have a specific temperature. When the weather is hot, they maintain that same temperature. They have lungs for breathing and a beak right here. Examples are the eagle and then the flamingo. And lastly, we talk about the mammals. Mammals have hair or fur as their protective body covering. This protective body covering, I've been saying, is just found on the body to prevent heat loss and other harm from happening to the body. Now, mammals have 4 limbs. Humans are also mammals. For us, our 2 other limbs are specialized into hands. Mammals give birth to live young ones. Whales and dolphins do same. So whales, dolphins, and bats. Whales and dolphins are not fishes. Bats are not birds because they also give birth to live young ones. Mammals have eyes, ears, and pinna, external flap, ears with pinna. So we have 2 eyes, we have 2 ears. Now ears extend outward, called the pinna. Mammals are warm-blooded. We maintain a constant body temperature. We have lungs, and then the female mammals produce milk for kids or for their young ones. Examples are lion, whale, monkey. Then we can add humans and dolphins and then bats to this group. Now in summary, mammals or animals are eukaryotic and then multicellular. So we are made up of more than one cell, and our cells have true nuclei. Remember, our cells also lack the cell wall. Some of the phyla under the animal kingdom are chordates and annelids. Chordates are animals with a backbone. There are 5 main classes. We have the fishes, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals. Fishes, amphibians, and reptiles are cold-blooded animals that lay eggs. Fishes and amphibians have eggs that are covered with jelly. Reptiles lay soft-shelled eggs. Birds are warm-blooded and reproduce by laying hard-shelled eggs. Mammals give birth to live young ones. Mammals do not lay eggs. Mammals produce milk to feed their young and are warm-blooded. They regulate their body temperature and have an external ear called the pinna. That will be it for today. Please keep studying hard. Have a nice day. Bye.